Okay. Yeah, looks like everything's set. Great. This is Therax. I'm doing a cast here on MWO Leagues 2 for Intersphere Coalition Season 6. We got two teams here today. They are 2D20 Salvage Crew and Dead Man's Hand, which is Ace's Wild affiliated team. 2D20 probably best known for Young Tao, who's done a lot of casting in the past for the MWO comp community. And that's 2D20 is their unit and their teams. Although they have a second team now that if you stick around on this particular stream, or I guess YouTube will be two separate archives, but I'm doing a back-to-back cast. It ends up being both 2D20 teams. We're doing the Div E team first, followed by the Div F team after. They've got different opponents, obviously, but yeah, and Young Tao's actually going to be joining me as a co-caster for the second match. So he's playing in this one, and then he's going to be jumping over up into the hot seat and doing a co-cast. Actually, he'll be streaming as well, so he's like full casting it plus co-casting with me, or however you want to word it. All right, this is week 5. It's the last week. Currently, 2D20 Salvage Crew is sitting in second place with 3 match wins. Dead Man's Hand is sitting in 4th place due to tiebreakers. It's all about the tiebreakers, and they've got 2 match wins. Now, if Dead Man's Hand wins this, they would bump up into 2nd place, although Raptor Talons is also playing, or they played earlier. I think they played earlier. I don't know the result. Raptor Talons would have the tiebreaker on Dead Man's Hand, I believe. So Dead Man's Hand, depending on the other match outcome, would either get 2nd or 3rd. 2D20 can't actually get 1st place, if I understand tiebreakers correctly, because the team that they are trailing has the head-to-head match win against 2D20 Salvage Crew. So I don't think there's any way that they can get 1st place. But 2D20 Salvage Crew, they win this, they solidify their 2nd place finish in the division. Dead Man's Hand, if they win this, they get either 2nd or 3rd, depending on Raptor Talon's match result. Assuming I understand the whole tiebreaker system. It's a little bit different and confusing. So teams are ready, and we got a 275 tons for each team here. And yeah, let's get into it. And if there's stream issues, let me know ASAP. I'll try to fix them. I know I've had mic audio issues before in the past. I don't want to start pushing on my connections right now, though, in case like I'm gonna deafen everybody. Or maybe I should just do that. Okay. If there was an issue, hopefully it's fixed now. If there is not an issue, then, or if there is still an issue, whatever. Let me know if there's issues. I'll try to monitor chat. There's a lot of alt tabbing that I'm going to be doing. I'm taking forever to load in. What's going on here? Stream is still running. Yeah, okay. Guess it's just a little bit slow today. Doesn't look like I've crashed. Uh-oh. Okay, I've got music and the wheels spinning. Okay. So I am in now. I'm into the match. All right, let's get on to this. So it was waiting for me, and wow, yeah, dropships are arriving as the players are already running forward. So obviously I was lagging out there. Frenzy, SRMs, and this is Ace's Wild Dead Man's Hand team. SRMs on the catapults. They're going Brawl Rush. DPS Osiris is apparently a very strong mech. SRMs and heavy machine guns. The other one's mixing in some X-Pulse lasers as well. The triple Osiris. It's a bit of a fragile mech, but very, very fast and high DPS. So see if they can make use of those. Now, Aces, while they're electing not to go for their side cap, or they sent one mech there. No, they're completely ignoring the caps. So it's 2D20 Salvage Crew that is going for the side cap. They're playing a range strat, so that's why they're going for the caps. They should know their opponents didn't go for the caps, and that tells you everything you need to know about the build. Although they are rushing Theta, so maybe that's just the calculation. They thought Theta was going to be, try to get it early and back out. So we're seeing a mix of ER large cicadas and ER larges on Rifleman. Has 4+ backups, I believe. Yeah, light machine gun backup. A little bit odd, but I understand what's going on there. Yeah, just Crusaders are backup, so they do have some backup weaponry if the brawl occurs, but um, at the moment they're definitely trying to play the wall game and just kite it out. Now, because the active cap in the basement is protected from ER larges, there's going to have to be a play made for a second cap by 2d20 that is not the basement, probably. I think basement would be death for them. But the Osiris are going to grab the Kappa cap now, having secured the Theta cap. So, Dead Man's Hand, rushed basement, found out nobody was there, now going and grabbing the side cap. You wouldn't want to bring only 5 mechs to the basement if you're going for the basement because what if the opponents went for the basement too, and then bad news. So let's take a look at the setup here that is going to be employed. They probably have seismic sensors, so they're guarding all the doorways with their seismic. Yeah, it definitely looks like a seismic sensor setup type here for, wow. Pincushion took a lot of damage actually to the legs. Kind of 12% is not that much damage, but because it's all focused on the legs, that's going to be a hard time to push into ER larges, but at the same time, it would also be pushing into. We got some action on the wall here. Cicadas with jump jets. I forget the cicadas can do that, certain variants. So yeah, here's the issue: is that they're jumping on one of these cicadas, but the other cicadas peeled off and is taking a range overwatch position. There's just the one guy's running, the other guy's shooting, and that's going to be the entire game segment here. Significant damage there coming in on one of the Osiris down to 80%. If that is focused on the legs, that could be a little bit of trouble. These Osiris, they can't contest the cap, and they can't push the cicadas on the walls because the cicadas will just back up into the overwatching cover. This is 2d20 salvage crew. They came up with a good strat here, and I think Dead Man's Hand is just at a severe advantage right now, as they're just trying to not lose their Osirises, but they also need to find a cap with the Osirises. How are they supposed to do that? I mean, you tell me. Yeah, good spread here from the wall boys with Cicadas, Chum Jets. It's a closest thing the Inner Sphere has to a Shadow Cat, I suppose. Um, I think that Dead Man's Hand is going to have to try to rush someone here, but they've lost a fair bit of armor on the Osirises trying to do the second cap, and one of the dervishes got beat up, or the soul dervish got beat up trying to just push in early to the basement earlier. One of the catapults is moving for maybe a jump here. They're getting the intel they need. They know where the rifleman is. I don't think the push is going to be successful. I think they just got outstratted here. Dead Man's Hand. This is kind of just a drop loss, what I'm seeing. But they're going to make an attempt here. See if they can maybe find a way to pick up a couple kills. The catapult from team leader Praetorian Romulus is open leg. The other two catapults coming out the other exit. They're not going to fare any better. These catapults are not going to have the jump jets to get up on the wall. Oh, one of the Osiris is legged. That goes down easy. These catapults just getting farmed in the open. Catapult dervish, whatever. They got to use a ramp because they don't have the jump jets to just jump up. I'm almost certainly. I mean, you could put 4 jump jets in there, and that might be enough to jump up. I doubt it. What are the Osiris doing? They are hanging around Gamma Cap, which they are not allowed to take. Oh, one of the Osiris is here from Young Tau. Their only light is getting caught. Actually, that's heat damage. That's all center torso damage, front and back, with armor still remaining. So that Osiris is doing a self-kill, not actually dying to opponent weapon fire. Romulus has been legged. That's the end of his mech. Actually, Osiris is going to get away from it just to preserve their own life and allow the wall boys to clean it up. Oh, we have some Osiris movement here. Maybe they'll pick up a backstab on Yuntao. That's kind of the most interesting thing that could happen here right now. And no, the Osiris drops down. So two Osiris's, they don't see Young Tao, or they decide to go for a different target. I guess playing for the win right now would be to leg the Osiris and then hope that somehow you can control two caps while getting shot at by ear larges every time you try to move. I don't know. There's no scenario in which Dead Man's Hand was going to be able to do much against the strategy that they faced. They went for basement, hoping for a basement brawl, did not get the basement brawl. And that's that. Young Tao dropping down for one of the kills. And everybody knows where that one Osiris is. Osiris knows what's coming for it. This won't take long.
We've already gained a quarter of the resources. Keep it up. The enemy is at 25%.
It's a mech lab loss. It's not, nothing to do with player skill or abilities here. Just
enough resources. This triumph will
provide
us huge tactical benefit.
I don't know if Dead Man's Hand considered the wall strat. They probably did. Maybe it's a bit of a rock, paper, scissors thing. But I think instead of rushing basement, they might have been better served trying to do like a wall rush. Even then, I don't like their odds against this style of a drop deck. But they might have picked up a couple kills. All right, popping up the stats for you all to see. Basically, it's completely one-sided. Actually surprised Squelch got 230 damage in their Osiris before they went down. I believe, no, they didn't pick up the kill. The kill went to the guy with 57 damage, cannon fodder. So I guess Squelch did a fair bit of damage before. Yeah, that's a GG. There's nothing happening there. So we're going to Tourmaline Desert for the next drops. A little bit heavier tonnage as well. Where are we at? You want to talk about maps? Not really. Should we anyways? Yeah, why not? So I kind of alluded to it a whole bunch. Basically, we had a basement rush out of Team 2, right? Team 2 in the red. Man, my memory just is not there. So they ran everyone to the basement. Well, 2D20, they went and did wall stuff, because wall stuff. They had some heavier stuff kind of hanging out. Oh, come on. Every time I come in here, I have to turn that back on. Heavier stuff on the wall, kind of just parked back, and then a whole bunch of cicadas. Cicada being a excellent pick on this. I forgot cicadas could do jump jets, but it's like one or two variants that can. And, you can kite on the wall for days, because if your opponents can't just jump from the floor up onto the wall, nothing's really able to threaten you other than running you down. And if they're trying to run you down and all your buddies are like pounding their ER larges into it, then yeah, opponent's not going to get very far. So big play for the basement. After they got the basement, they had to try to go get that side cap. And I got the wrong color. Hold on, I can do better. They went for the side cap. While they were getting the side cap, some of the mean cicadas showed up and bullied them a bunch. So those three Osirises had to run away. And while they're doing the runaway thing of like something like this, they lost half their legs because they're in the open getting shot by like ear larges from here and from here. Probably not from these guys because these guys can't see nothing. But yeah, so then like half the legs fell off. And they don't have a cap. They just got the basement cap because the cicadas grabbed the Epsilon and the Kappa. So then they had to do something other than just sit in the basement for 15 minutes and lose on caps. So that's where we get this desperation push into the open. And it was a farming simulator. if you played quick play, you're probably familiar with kill boxes and people having to wander into them, except this wasn't just wandering into it because they were NASCAR. This was wandering into the kill box because they really had nothing else they could do other than sit in the basement for 15 minutes and bore all of us to death while 2D20 debates whether or not they want to push in for some kills that aren't worth any points or anything. So there's not even like that tension, and just they have literally no reason to go to the basement, and other than the stream being really, really boring. So thank you, Dead Man's Hand, for putting all of us out of our misery and just taking the L. You got dealt a bad hand. All right, next map up, we're going to Tourmaline Desert. Again, 3-cap Conquest, Intersphere Coalition, Season 6. I mean, you know what's up, or you don't. Teams are ready, so not talking about the map, we're just dropping into the drop. All right, this one should be a little bit more real. Not just a strat win. Here's hoping, at least. I mean, never know what's going to happen. Look at all this beautiful crystal stuff all set up out here. Got a crashed dropship. For those of you who only do quick play, you maybe have never been here. There's a crashed dropship with like hunchbacks on this map. And then if you look around, there's some scattered dead hunchbacks around here somewhere. I know that there are. Where are they? I don't know. My memory's whatever. I don't know. They're chatting. I didn't catch it. Hopefully it wasn't important. There we go. Match is actually starting. Put me out of my misery here. Not that I don't enjoy casting, but I'm waiting for like players to load in. Last time they had to wait for me to load in. Good times, good times. Alright, what do we got? Come on, click on that flea. Yeah, I got the flea. Medium laser, medium pulse and stuff. Spider with, large pulse, not an X pulse. Interesting. A little bit old school. Stalkers with only 5-year large, one with 6. 2 of them with 5. It's a hot map. You could make an argument for better heat management, I suppose. Grasshopper 5-year large. So this time around, Dead Man's Hand is playing the range receive, or range trade perhaps. They don't have a DPS for me to call that a receive deck. Small Pulse, Phoenix Hawks, Dragon, the Hero Dragon, triple large X Pulse. How quirked is that mech? I do not know. And a rocket launcher. Ryan with UAC 5 and rocket launchers. Just 2 UAC 5s as the ammunition weapons. There's after it's shot its load, it's not going to have a whole lot left. The other Orion's a little bit more of a sensible build. Yeah. I hope those rockets land big because it'd make for an interesting show, but also 2 Yak 5s on a 75-ton mech just makes me sad. So that's a pretty big gamble. That's min-maxed there. Maxed for a huge kill up front, min for sustained DPS. Okay, so we got push, brawly push, without jump jets, and those Orions are, in my mind, a little bit slow. 80 kph, that's a lot better than I thought it would be. How big is that engine cap? I thought it had like a 300 engine cap. Maybe it's a bit higher than that. I'm assuming speed tweak on it, 76 on the other. Yeah, 76 kind of more what I was expecting, 75. So we'll see what happens with that. I'm pretty heavily favoring Dead Man's Hand right now. It's all about where their range mechs are going to be set up and then getting that scout. They're making a rotation here. They should have the information, right? Hold on, they're getting a mech picked here. What? How did... All right, I missed that. My bad. I'm a bad caster. Spider got double-legged and killed by the Phoenix Hawks. So now Dead Man's Hand knows what's coming, but they don't have a spider to be harassing in the back. And all of their mechs do not have the spread that I'm looking for here. Crow's Nest Stalker, you need to kind of just hold position probably, and then probably going to get killed. Maybe he wants to start rotating out into the open. I don't know. It's a really good trade location. If you drop down, you're going to be walking to get out of a ditch for like 30 seconds. And while you're in a ditch, you can get killed without your teammates being able to punish the opponents for doing so. We got a little bit of blue laser fire here. Nothing meaningful. Those Phoenix Hawks are, well, 84%. And it's to the legs. Maybe, maybe, maybe. Yeah, okay, so they're looking at the guy crossing here in the open, but they don't want to jump because those two stalkers do have an angle for Dead Man's Hand. They are covering their one buddy trying to get out of the crow's nest. Grasshopper's holding up in the spire, or slightly behind the spire. Very good position. Probably wants to just kind of hold there, but they need a little bit more spread. The flea is in the backfield, not really doing a scout, not grabbing a cap. Not entirely sure what they're doing. Probably going to go for a cap soon. You'll want to shoot legs against brawlers, typically speaking. If you've got enough distance, maybe you can leg one before they make it to you, and then that kind of starts to really help out with a brawl when you got a mech that isn't in weapons range. Although Ultra 5s and large X Pulses are in weapons range already. Here it comes. Here's the brawl. Kind of slowing it down a little bit in the trench as they got split up. Young Tao doing a little bit of backup. Indigo Man now taking over tanking duty. Indigo Man is about to be legged. Oh yeah, down with that leg. So that's one mech that, you know, those Ultra 5 are in range, but it's two Ultra 5, no SRMs versus ER large. Now, Victorian Legion, Victorian Romulus has opened up center torso there. They need to be a little bit more careful. Those UAC 5s do have range to hit back. The Stalker is getting cored out center torso. Need to do a little bit more damage spread. If they should be pulling range here against those leg mechs, but I guess if they start backing up, then yeah, Young Tao is going to push forward. And if they get through the open here without being legged, Indigo Man's following up in the rear as they are legged. T220 is looking real good here. These ER large mechs are going to be very, very hot. Now that they're in brawl range, there's absolutely no hope for them. Grasshopper got picked off in the spire or had to drop down. Now they get picked off. And that's it. I mean, there's not nearly enough leg mechs here for the fleet to win this, I don't think. They'll have to kite back, isolate the Phoenix Hawks from the Orions, try to get a leg off of Phoenix Hawk, then try to get, the other Phoenix Hawk is down. But yeah, it's a very, very tall task here for this flea. And I'm not a believer. I'd like to be, but, show me I'm wrong. I'd love to see it, but I just don't think I am. Flea's down, double-legged. And 2D20, their brawl push kind of got spotted, but they did pick up the spider kill. A spider harassing on the flank or from the rear might have made a little bit of a difference. But yeah, pretty convincing win there from 2D20 Salvage crew. Not enough spread on the stalkers, but it's difficult because anytime you turn to walk away, you're not going to be shooting. And this was a really good ridgeline shooting position against that wall drop. And 2D20, they held at the and traded from this cover here, which is, they had range on their mechs. They didn't have to do the full dedicated brawl, but I didn't think that, 6 UAC 5s would be able to outtrade 10 or 16 ER large lasers. That's a little bit interesting to see. Stalkers are going to run hot. You don't want to have pure ER large laser if you're expecting to be doing a receive, but if you're looking to do a trade, that's kind of a very good weapon to bring. So that's why I was kind of indicating it was not a receive deck, but a trade deck out of Dead Man's Hand. Just doesn't have the DPS when there's an actual brawl pushing you. All right, lobby stats. I'm getting messages. Are they relevant? know. How about adding a co-caster like in the middle of a... Okay. I gotta do some player swapping here. Shouldn't take long. Switch the team logo sides. Left to right, there we go. Yeah, 2D20's got a 2-0 lead here. I got the lobby stats up for a long time already, but I'm looking at it now. I'm just going to talk about it briefly. Young Tao putting up 544 damage. I don't know, were those the rockets that opened up the center torso on the Stalkers? Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. I doubt he got 544 damage in that with just the UAC 5s. I don't even know how quirked that mech is for UAC 5s. Let's look that up real quick here just so I can be a little bit more educated when it comes to, you know, what those builds were, because I know the Orion's got mega buffed, but I don't remember what it got. Okay, it's got 15% cooldown, 15% heat, 10% range, 15% ballistic velocity, minus 30% UAC jam chance, and then minus 25% UAC jam duration. That's a quirk I don't know if I've seen before. So jams less frequently, doesn't jam for as long, has a faster cooldown, which I think cooldown also applies to jams, because when your weapon unjams, first the unjam bar goes down, then the cooldown bar goes down. So cooldown actually kind of helps a little bit with jams. And then just DPS in general, heat, range. Yeah, so that's pretty mega quirk, but just 2 UAC 5s is still only 2 UAC 5s. So I'm thinking those rockets landed big as well. Ro Tao also was running rockets and put out 544 or 542 damage. We got 2017 damage on the board from Indigo Man. I don't think that's a danger close strike. I think they just shot some of their teammates, which perfectly acceptable. I mean, he was legged by somebody, and often it is your teammates who leg you, so worth putting a couple shots into some of your teammates as well, preferably while yelling on the mic about being legged. I'm going to pretend that's what happened. I want to pretend. I want to believe. Opposing side, Dead Man's Hand, one of their spider got jumped, put out no damage. Unlucky, man. A little bit surprised Grasshopper didn't have higher damage. I didn't quite catch when they got forced out of the spire. Stalker's putting up, you know, solid damage, 340, 310, 335. I guess it just wasn't quite focused on the legs. I mean, the legs were in cover for a bit there. Is what it is, you know. It was a well fought, good attempt. Just didn't work out. Team 1's locked, just waiting for Team 2. And I'm fielding some other things at the moment. All right. Oh, Team 2 is locked. Okay. I'm just gonna keep things rolling. I've got another cast coming up, so you know, not gonna be holding this one up for any reason. If the teams are ready to go, we're just gonna drop. All right. Hopefully I load in. Yes. Wow, my computer does manage to load in like less time than 3 days. Overlays should be switched. I did switch the overlays. Yes, I did. Wow, look at me go. Yeah, so 2D20 is wearing the red trunks now, and Dead Man's Hand is wearing the blue trunks. Well, well, well. Do Solaris fighters wear trunks? Do they have weigh-ins? I want to see that. A Solaris weigh-in where both mechs have to get on the scale. They're like in each other's faces, thrusting their chin at each other, something really dumb. Yeah. Would the mech do the trash talking through like speakers, or is it the pilots? The pilots are the stars, or are the mechs the stars? I don't know which. How does Solaris work? Does anyone know? I mean, I know how it works in MWO. But oh wow, here we go. We got something else to talk about. What are these mechs? Chargers. 2D20 in the red, bring in the Chargers. Uh-oh. Oh no, okay, it's fine, it's fine. I thought maybe they were taking too many of a mech, but no, they're okay, I think. I'm not tracking it that close. Osiris DPS, Javelin with those heavy machine guns. There we go. Charger with one large X-Pulse and 6 small lasers. Yeah, 3 of the same. And then they've got a hero mech on the field. The Hangover, Thanatos, and it's a high DPS build. That is a hero mech that doesn't see much use because, quite frankly, I didn't think it was any good. But here we go. We'll see what it does today. Large X-Ball Spider and a Fire Starter with light PPCs coming out of the Dead Man's Hand team. Black Widow Hero with quad AC5. See, that will have DPS to do a receive. And Hatamoto Chi. 3 of them. Those have DPS. So that'll do much better against a Brawl Rush, provided that it's set up correctly. And that's going to be the big challenge. Spider hopefully doesn't get backshot. Hopefully gets a scout. Same with the Fire Starter there. And what's going on? A little bit of peekaboo here at Theta. Both teams electing to ignore their home cap to try and make a play with their lights for Theta. Nobody's able to get it yet. Spider's making a dive here. They gotta last a couple of seconds in the cap without getting shot, and they do successfully. So Theta has been flipped. Theta's been flipped, but while Theta was acting as a distraction, everyone from Dead Man's Hand looking at Theta as 2D20 planned. This big ball has been moving up. It's completely unscouted. The Hatamoto Chis are not looking. Oh no! The humanity! The humanity! Oh, they went leg, not rear. So they could have gone for the back shot. Anyway, so they're going legs on the Hatamoto Chi. They could have gone side torso, actually. All the weapons are in the right torso. So it's a brawl push that got up completely undetected. I mean, wow, you can't get any more undetected than that. The light's playing a perfect distraction rule for 2D20 salvage crew, and now it's just a massacre. There's still 3 mechs standing. Black Widow. You know what? 2D20 took a lot of damage here, actually. Took them a while to get the leg kill there on their initial victim, and they might lose some mechs. The Great Dive is actually legged and standing in a strike with only structure on their leg. Firestarter here from Onaj. Legs open. They got a Javelin and an Osiris on them, and a Charger, and a Thanatos, and another Charger that's legged. Otherwise, they'd be pushing as well. And we'll see. Let's get in the cockpit. Yeah. They got blasted. That okay, so yes, you're contesting Theta, and I understand, and everybody's looking at Theta. But then you have Theta, and you don't have any scouting intel as to where the opposing team is, other than the 2 lights. And the 2 lights are over here. But where's the rest of the team? That's the question you have to be asking yourself. Everyone on the team from Dead Man's Hand needs to be asking that question. And even if the team leader's not saying anything, somebody else got to pipe up and go, hey, where's the other mechs? Because this isn't like a real war where you don't know how many opponents you have. It's 6 opponents versus 6 on your team, right? So somebody's got to be like, hey guys, all we see are 2 light mechs. And then you gotta like start thinking, well, if we don't see anyone else, if there were traitors, they'd be shooting you already, right?
Alpha is under enemy
So
control.
you got to kind of start doing that process elimination and figure it out, right? And a lot of it's like the scouts should be, the lights should be scouting, but it's more than that. The entire team needs to be scouting. The entire team needs to be doing that thinking, not just the team lead. Because as a team leader who like has done pretty mediocre in the past, there's a lot going on, and I'm not always 100% focused. So a little bit of help from the rest of the teams would be appreciated as well. Not to like knock on it too hard there. It's pretty obvious. I don't need to tell Aces Wild, Dead Man's Hand about that. It's something to a lack of information is information. That's my point. You have a lack of information as to 4mechs. You don't know what they are or where they are. And that is in and of itself information. All right, what is the next map before I forget? Viridian Bog. They're not alphabetical. Why are they not alphabetical? So annoying. And I'm going to switch over here. Over here, it's alphabetical, which is very nice. But it just makes it more confusing then when the other one isn't. So you tell me. Yeah. All right, I have team damage thingies up on here. Okay, we got some actual team damage here. 2d20, they heard that I wanted more team damage, and the 07th Dalm, I don't know, am I saying it right? Put up 59 team damage. 59. That might be the highest I've seen so far while doing casting for Inter Coalition Season 6, and that is a disappointingly low number in terms of like the highest of a tournament that I've personally seen, but I haven't cast that many matches either. So 59, that's a respectable team damage total, you know. And here's the thing, right? They put out 315 damage, like real damage to opponents, plus they managed to deal 59 damage to their teammates. So you know that guy was shooting a lot. Might even been a strike. 59 is not quite. Well, 59 could be an artillery strike in a brawl. Yeah, sure. Let's believe that. I love the danger close strike, so he's my hero if he did that. The team that does more damage generally wins. So, putting out a respectable 360 damage combined there. Actually, hold on, 374 damage combined. I like that. Rest of the team, similar damage numbers, just less team damage. Javelin only put out 168. I mean, they're kind of just a distraction with the lights, buying time for the rest of the main to push in and surprise some people. First victim from the Dead Man's Hand puts out under 100. The other victims got a little bit more damage out. I mean, Black Widow, high DPS, AC5, no heat issues, putting out 384. So, just they got caught with their pants down, and that's that. Aces Wild just kind of being outplayed right now, or sorry, Dead Man's Hand. I should be using the team name, not the unit name. My apologies to the other Aces Wild teams. Okay, looks like the stream isn't crashed. Team 1 is locked, Team 2 is not, so they're not waiting for me. Yeah, stream's just watching Sneak up there, and somebody's commenting seismic sensor is a nice thing to have, or something to that nature. I don't disagree that seismic sensor is nice, but I don't know if seismic sensor would have actually saved anyone, because they're probably tunnel vision staring at the lights anyways. They're not going to notice something on their mini map, and even if they did, by the time that they're seeing it on their mini map, it's kind of too late. Gives you what, an extra 10-15 seconds of notice before you get pounded. It's just enough time to queue up your mic and start screaming, and your team leader to queue up his mic and ask you what's going on, and then it happens anyways. So all right, teams are locked. which spares me from talking about the map or anything else. 420 tons from Deadman's Hand versus the 425 from 2D20 Salvage Crew. 5 tons doesn't matter, but I'm commenting on it anyways. And just a little note that after this match, there will be another match being streamed on this channel. We're doing a back-to-back. I'm going to be covering 2D20, 2D20 second team. What are they called? Nuisance Value versus the Bacon Pirates. And Young Tao is actually going to be joining me as a caster on that, provided that, you know, he's still up to it after this match, which looking pretty good for his team. So I don't think he needs to take some time off to bag skate his team after this match is completed. But we still got a couple drops to go here. Did I enter the score? I don't even know if I did. Yeah, I've kept the score up to date. I switched the team sides properly. Yeah, everything's good on the overlays, I believe. Stream hasn't crashed. MWO hasn't crashed. Just waiting for some players to load in. Wait, I can go look at builds already. Oh, let's go do that. No dropships on this one. We got Night Stars with UAC 5, UAC 10. I'm disappointed because I was hoping for Rotary Autocannon 2's Quad Rack 2. Black Widow did good work last drop, bringing it back here. So Deadman's Hand, bringing a Phoenix Hawk and a Flea to round things out. It's going to be about how they set up. That's what we've been seeing coming into this. And I expect that's going to continue going forward. So see if they can do a better job getting set up here for potential receive. There we go. Javelin with medium laser javelin from 2D20 Salvage Crew. Blackjack arrow with a large X-Pulse light machine gun. Skipping the ER Mead. I'm not sure which one's correct. I know some players bring that ER Mead on that build, some don't. This is more or less the same as the previous drop in terms of the basic strategy here from 2D20. They're substituting chargers with atlases. So, yeah. And then a trebuchet. What kind of trebuchet is that? Young Tao bringing out AC5 Light PPC trebuchet 7K. I think that's a jump jet less trebuchet. And I think it's got some massive quirks to try and compensate for the bad hitboxes and lack of jump jets. Deadman's Hand. They are wandering forward. They aren't getting the scouting intel they need from their lights, who are currently stuck with the main body, and they're in the low ground with half of their Night Stars. Uh-oh. Atlases are unscouted, but they need to get to a ramp. It's going to take them a couple days to do so. So 2D20 knows where the Op4 is. Op4 does not know where the Atlases are, or even their existence, I don't think. Pincushion. Getting pincushioned out in the open, taking a little bit of damage to the center torso, a little bit of rear damage. Not too bad. Night Star is making a bit of an engage here. Now, if they push right now, Deadman's Hand has the advantage. I don't think they know about the Atlas, but the Atlas are not a factor right now. They could just ball up and go hard, like really hard. Pick off that Blackjack, and the Trebuchet is escaping already. Are the Atlases actually unscouted? I don't know. Caps are not going to really be playing a big factor in this, I don't think. Not the way things are shaping up at the moment. And I think the Atlases are unscouted. The Atlases are making their way up. Uh-oh. They'll be making an appearance right shortly. Archon is probably going to be the primary individual to find them. There we go. Scouting Atlases have arrived. Now, it's all about focus fire. Can they drop those before they get that huge DPS out from those large X-Pulse lasers? These Night Stars are more fragile than the Ally. One of the Night Stars is halved, cannon fodder. Archon is taking it center torso. Holding up pretty well, though. Atlas is the first mech down, followed shortly by the Night Star. So it's an even trade. Well, mostly an even trade. Tonnage actually favors Deadman's Hand right now. They do have 2 kills. They picked up a Javelin somewhere in the side as well. Archon is trying to cool off, I do believe. One of the Night Stars goes down, 2 and the Night Stars are down. Phoenix Hawk, open center torso, pincushion, try to do a little bit of buffering. Ooh, a little bit of friendly fire there, kind of some movement. It's a little bit unfortunate. Nightstar goes down. Center torso, quick kill. Pincushion next up. Center torso open. Jeff on a Buffalo is pushing in with a completely fresh, not completely fresh, but a very, very fresh Atlas there. And Pincushion gets dropped from PVFLD out of that Trebuchet. Warhammer goes down. How is the Atlas looking? Atlas took a beating, is open center torso. Now, the Flea's trying to do some back divey stuff, but they're already down 55%. There's, well, the Atlases are damaged, but I guess the Flea might have been legged already. One of the Atlases is halved, has an open side torso, might be a light engine, could be a kill if that side torso had been destroyed. The other Atlas, open center torso, 63% good damage spreading there from Jeff on a Buffalo.
Kappa is under enemy control.
And Young Tao with that unconventional Trebuchet, open center torso, pretty beat up, but looking pretty good in terms of ammunition, and all the weapons are still attached. So, you know, that one was definitely a closer drop out of the two teams. There was a moment where it felt like Dead Man's Hand was advantaged, but they didn't have the intel they needed in order to make the correct calls to themselves to victory. And that is yet another drop win for 2D20 Salvage crew. Now, I'm going to go ahead and mention that in addition to the drop wins here, these players are also going to be playing for MC. Each drop win is worth a certain amount of MC, is how the Intersphere Coalition tournament works. So even though the match has gone the way of 2D20 at this point, there's still some MC to be recouped by Dead Man's Hand if they can pull off a drop win here. Now, what are we dealing with? I got the thing up, right? Yeah, I've got the thing up. Okay, so the thing is the damage totals. A little bit of team damage. Actually, not even all that much. I thought one of the Night Stars had shot up one of their teammates, but I'm not seeing it. So I guess the super wide body of the Night Star, that patch a while ago that shrank it down, made it a little bit more compact and narrow. I guess that saved someone from getting shot in the back. Disappointing. Rotao comes out with 25 team damage plus 507 damage to opponents. Not the highest damage to opponents from their team side, or for, a couple players on the opposing team out damage as well, but still 507 plus 25, pretty respectable. Top damage in the match, actually, completely. The Great Dive comes out with 756 in a blackjack arrow before going down. That's a really high DPS build. They must have had a great angle. I didn't quite see where they were. I don't think they were behind the Atlases, so yeah, no, they were sitting behind some terrain earlier. They were getting some early shots in. I guess they weren't. The blackjack takes everything center torso, and it doesn't have a lot of survival quirks, so I would have expected it to go down before it could put out the 756. It's a high DPS build, so if you don't shoot it, it does have the ability to put out lots of damage, as we just saw here. Yuntao playing that ugly duckling trebuchet, putting up 558, quite nice. Budweiser, it's wasn't enough to carry the team. 711 is quite respectable though. Picks up a kill as well. Warhammer Black Widow with the quad AC5. The quad AC5 Black Widow also looked pretty good in the previous drop on Tourmaline Desert. Archon and coming up with 533 damage out of that Night Star. Other Night Stars a little bit lower. Cannon fodder being the primary called target when those Atlas came around the corner. Happens. It happens. Not a lot you can do if you're just the primary target. You're just the primary target, Yeah, good damage totals, both teams here. And we are waiting for teams to set up. I'm going to go ahead and do this. We're playing the same map, the same tonnage, just opposite team sides, and then there's a chassis limit of 3 mechs. Three mechs of a single chassis throughout the entire match. So 3 Atlases got used, no more Atlases allowed. So we'll see something other than Atlases from 2D20 Salvage Crew on this next drop. And not only are the Atlases gone, so are the Night Stars for Dead Man's Hand. Chargers are gone for 2D20. Stalkers are gone for Dead Man's Hand. 2D20 hasn't used Stalkers yet. They got to use Stalkers. I believe in them. Okay, teams are ready. 425 from both teams. We'll see what they bring. Maybe King Crabs. I like King Crabs. Anyone else a King Crab fan? Let me know in chat. Yeah, that's going to come out real well on YouTube archive. Hey, chat. How's it going, chat? There is no chat on YouTube. Well, I mean, kind of, not really. I don't... Pincushions asking for a hug. Yeah, they got blasted out of their center torso last drop, and I mean, things are just kind of gone a certain way. Higher match for Dead Man's Hand. I was expecting to be a little bit more competitive than this, but they are getting out-stratted and out-mech-labbed right now. Okay, well, pull up that build. So we've got Runtao running that rocket launcher Dragon Hero with the large X-Pulse laser, same as they did on Tourmaline Desert. We've got a Spider light machine gun, large X-Pulse laser. Okay, so it's a 5K, not the 5V. Quirks aren't as good for that large X-Pulse on the build, but light machine guns put out good DPS as well. Smaller AC5 and AC2, 3 of those for 2D20 Salvage Crew. And I'm trying to pull up a build. Crusader with SRM 6x6 Artemis. Okay. Yeah. Not the more popular Crusaders, but it is still, my understanding, still rather strong mech that would see competitive play if the other dervishes did not exist. And here it is seeing competitive play as it probably fits the drop deck better. We've got a Flea and a Firestarter for Dead Man's Hand. ER Large Grasshopper and Triple Annihilator 1P. ER Large. Ah, boy. So they brought ER Larges in mass, and they don't have a lot of DPS to stop a push. Now, the Annihilator 1P has a good heat capacity, but I'm a little bit concerned. I think the autocannon push deck that 2D20 is running might be favored here, given the build loadout. Pincushion taking a lot of leg damage early. I don't know if they got the scout or not. They did twist toward the toward Theta there for a little bit. They might have spotted that incoming push. They might not have. We're a little bit distracted by getting shot from lights. So I don't know if they got that scouting intel or not. That scouting intel is going to be kind of important. Not as important as some of the other drops where the scouting intel wasn't gathered. Yeah, okay, so the Flea was looking. They might have been trying to confirm what there was maybe suspected. Not sure. There isn't time to shift the Annihilators. That's why I'm saying the scouting is maybe not that valuable this time around. Cannon fodder is backing up from the strike, I think. There's no way you can reposition these Annihilators. They're set. Like, that's... Archon Ent, if they had the scout, should be moving over. I don't think they had the scout. Oh, wow. Kill was picked up. Was it out here? Yes, it was. So one of the spiders maybe stood still a little bit too long, lost its legs, and is dead. So that's definitely a good start to things for the Dead Man's Hand. Smaller push is coming in. They'll be rounding the corner when they are ready. Just getting everyone together. The short push, and they'll want to do it in mass. And the Crusader's probably going to get out ahead a little bit midway through this push and get into SRM range, or they are trying to get around their teammates' fat butts. Jeff on a Buffalo is being the called target. Big fat center torso, can't twist with the AC5s, gets dropped. Cannon fodder is called target, once again being a primary target this match. Although this time, Praetorian Romulus is stepping forward to absorb some of that damage. This push is stalled out a little. They're definitely in weapons range though. And as this fight goes on, heat might start become a factor for those Annihilator 1Ps. Cool shots and an insane number of single heat sinks only does so much. Burions should be going down soon, but the Great Dive is now coming in to draw heat away from the Maulers by diving in on Archon Ent. And Archon Ent has been halved. Flea's coming in for the cleanup, though. Gets the cleanup on one of the Maulers. Now, the Crusaders made it into face-hugging range. But how heat-capped are these Annihilators? And Annihilator's having a lot of trouble dealing with that much faster Crusader. But the Crusader should be going down in a second here. Center torso almost cooked up from the rear. And Flea's got to go in there and take care of it. There we go. Somebody gets the big shots in. I think it was light PPCs that went in for the kill. So this is a win for Dead Man's Hand. They're picking up some MC today. They lose the match, but they pick up a drop. Maybe I shouldn't call it yet. Run Tau. Here we go. Dragon. Can it do a carry? I'm here for it if he can. Please get double leg. Those large X-Pulse lasers going very, very fast. Next up is the Firestarter. Can we get a damage readout? One of the legs is open. The Fang is open center torso though and does go down. You know, picked up a kill. Actually did quite well there, but maybe there was a chance. Maybe. Center torso on that dragon though. It's problematically large. And there we have it. We have a completed match. So it is a 4-1 decision in the favor of 2D20 Salvage Crew. I'm going to pop stats up on the screen. And I'm going to be going into the match in about a half hour. We've got a little bit of time today here. All right. Damage numbers. Let's talk about damage. Squalf in that Flea 17S. They did die, but they picked up 3 kills and 679 damage before going down. Actually, if you combine it with their team damage, they put up 680 damage. There must have been some strikes in there, right? I don't know. Very nicely done. I don't want to say he hard carried, but you know, definitely a little bit of a carry. Rest of the team from Dead Man's Hand, we've got an Annihilator with 500 damage, another with 425. Cannon Fodder managing to become the early focus target once again, putting up a little bit lower damage number, but you know, you get focused, and just wasn't their match in terms of not being the primary target. Pincushion putting up 350 with the Firestarter. Yeah, good damage numbers, good round for everyone there. Archon Ent picking up a pair of kills that Squalf wasn't able to steal away from them. Then on the opposing side, 2D20, they had a push with Maulers. Maulers kind of, you know, you can tell who the primary focus target was there, but the others put out nice 450, 500 damage. High DPS build, just it has a fat center torso. It's like a barn door. You can't miss it. And then it's like carrying a face-staring weapon that you like. The AC5s, you can kind of do like a micro twist in between shots, kind of. Maybe you can pretend that you're actually spreading damage. But with the AC2s, like you don't have time for that. So it happens. Fighter got picked. I kind of missed it. I don't know exactly how or what happened there. I believe Squalf was the guy who picked up that kill, so good start on the match there for Dead Man's Hand. Top damage for 2D20 Salvage Crew, Run Tau with 600 damage out of that large X-Pulse and Rocket Launcher Dragon. I don't know if the rockets actually hit or not. With 600 damage, I like to imagine that they did. And, you know, Crusader. There are Crusaders other than the Hero and the Crusader 6Ts, so the Great Dive doing their job to remind us of that fact. just for anyone out there who. Um, there's going to be a little bit of a turnaround here between this match and the next one. Maybe I'll actually cut the stream and then restart it in like 20 minutes. That way nobody's having to sit around and wait. Or, yeah, I can't fill 20 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to end the stream, be back in like 20, 25 minutes from when you see this, something like that. And we have another match coming up. It's a different 2D20 team. This next match is going to be 2D20 versus 2D20 nuisance value versus the Bacon Pirates. And I'm going to have Young Tao joining me casting that. I believe they're also going to stream on their personal channel. So yeah, hit a follow on the channel and we'll be back in a little bit. Thanks for watching.